Now gridding. Okay, hope you have understood how to open the grid. The same hotkey for Photoshop, Illustrator, all the things the same, and the controller is the same. Control K and getting the subdivision to go for like 5 press, and the even is to get the midpoint, and the odd is to get the mid box. So this is the two factor we need to remember. If you are subdivision with the even number, then you can able to get the center of the box. But if you are subdividing with the odd figure, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this is the odd number, then you can get a box in the center. So anywhere, anytime we need a box to be done, then yes, we can go for subdivision odd. Next one, hide it up. Let us move to the um, modifying tools. These are things. Inside the modifying, you get more like 5 modifying tools. I'll start with the one. If we are making any random design, anything, then it is to get a rotate. Then yes, we can rotate it directly. It's nice. We can rotate, and we can rotate through the transform window also. We have seen the transform window. Then why for again a rotation tool? This is a question could be asked. Though we can able to rotate directly like this, and we can able to rotate with the value also this, then why the rotation tool? And here we can find, just a minute. Here we can find one of the option which is not there inside the transform also. Transform does have a reference point that is very fixed to the corner of the box. But if we need to rotate from this particular point, then neither the transform window nor the direct rotation can able to help us. So if it is a question why to use, what is the difference in rotation tool and rotation transform, then the customization of the center point. If you are taking the rotation tool, then it allows us to move the center point anywhere we like. So this is the beauty of rotation tool. Then we can conduct the rotation as per our need into concept. So hope we have understood now how to make the rotation from a customization point. It does the movement from a particular customized point. So I hope we have understood this. Then if we need to get a duplicate of the original and the duplicate to be get moved, then we can add up the next method. Take the rotation tool, tips and tricks on the tool. Hotkeys are and change the center point by clicking. Once we click, then it will turn into a move tool kind of things. Then we can move. Then while moving, we can hold the Alt button to get a duplicate of it. And once this is done, then in the object menu already we have done called Control D for transform again. So it will make the duplicate and transform again. So hope we have understood now how to use the Control D command and rotation window to make this happen. Is it clear? So hope we have understood the rotational thing. Now one more things to come over here. A rotation we have done, but how to make the rotation with particular number? Now we need only 10 piece, 20. Then rotation cannot be done with this. So we have seen the rotation can be done in various manner. One, rotation to transform box. Transform box means if it is a box, then going outside, getting a arrow mark and rotate. And the transform window, it gives you the value, how much rotation to be done, 15-degree or 16-degree value can be placed over here. And the third we have to see rotation tool, rotation tool. It make the center point to change. If the object is there, center point can be placed over here. center change. So you have find out the difference between them. Everybody is rotating. Here, center change. In transform box also, you can change the center, but we can change the center only in the transform box, this 9 point only. But here, the transform box can be away from the original one. This is the difference between transform box center point changing. Here, the center point is out of the box, out of your object. Here, the center point can be any reference point, any reference point. Here also center point change, here also center point change. But the difference we find, customize. Hope all these things are clear. How many type of rotation can be done and what are this? In this, we find out one thing is missing. What is that? Duplicate is not happening. So instead of rotation tool to get use, we can able to use the rotation tool input box. Rotation tool input box. That is the fourth level of working, 3.1. This is a part of the rotation tool. Then how to activate that? Select the object, take the rotation tool, just press the enter. So what you can find, it gives us a particular angle. You can see it up and you can feed the number like 15 degree. It can be minus 15 degree. So, or 45 degree minus. And you can switch to a copied version of it. Then the original will be there as well as the duplicate. And now we can able to get it repeat. So what we've seen in 45-degree interval, we have made all these things. And we can go on doing like this. So it get a calculative design. So hope we have understood what is the bigness inside the rotation tool input window where we can make a copied version of it. Copy, which is not there in other above. So it's a comparative analysis of rotation tool. Then still it is not enough. Then the higher option is there. Just we are taking one like modifying tools. With the same logic, we can learn the others. It can be activated by enter button, by enter. By activating the tool, then after if you are pressing the enter, then this window will come up. And you can make a copy it with a angle. You can feed the value and copy of it. Now, one copy is enough. Okay. But what is the limitation of it? The limitation. Here, by default, in this, the object is rotating from its own center point. It doesn't rotate from outside center point. This is the weak point in rotation tool input box. So to get rid of this, we can make two solutions. Example, we want to get rotate from here. Then what we can do, we can take a duplicate and place it over here first. Like if you are making it to go to rotate somewhere, then that should be, okay, catch it up. So you need to get it rotate from here. Then by making this point as a center, we can get it move first and hold the Alt and the Shift to get a duplicate of it. Then select these two and now do the rotation minus 45. Get a copy of it. So what you can see, now the things are rotating from a particular customized center point, which is away from the object. So hope we have understood one tips and tricks over here. We got to know the limitation and the solution also. Solution, make symmetric, then rotate. Limitation, it cannot rotate from outside center point. Outside center point cannot rotate. So I'm writing symbolic, but by looking at this, we cannot able to understand unless we have listened the voice. So hope we have understood now the limitation and the solution of the rotation tool. Now we'll move to the next higher limitation. Next limitation is what? With all these things, we cannot able to make the rotation with a particular number, like 20 piece we need. That cannot be done. Only one copy is there here. Here, one copy only. If 20 copies required, then again it is a problem. Because while you are working, practical thing are this. Learning the tools also doesn't make a solution for a practical problem while the customer is asking. So what is the customer is asking now? This particular box to be there in a rotational manner and exactly 20 copy required. Exactly 20 copy required. Then how to do this? So these all the options will not help out to do it in a faster way. Yes, it can be rotated. It can be done like 360 degree divided by 20. Then each degree will be placed over here, the value, and get a copy. Control D. All these things can be done up. So let us see 20 piece, 20 copy, equal interval, equal degree distance. With our present knowledge, what we can do? So let us take a case of this particular one. And what is the client is asking? Get a 20-degree rotation. So how to make 20-degree? Yes, this is one of the point. And the second point, if we need to make a rotation from this point, then what we can do? Just make a small dot-like structure here and select these two. Then this is the reference point. Hope we can able to understand what you have done here. Just from where we want to rotate, software should hold like this and get the rotation here. And how much rotation to be done? 20-degree. Does it okay? So hope we have seen now the 20-degree happened from this particular point. Now this is to be get, go on doing that. So select these two, give a right click, switch to the grouping and get it rotate by this reference point 20. But here what happened, there is no option called copy, so it is not giving a solution. Now it didn't work out. Let us go for the practical solution of it. Select the object. Instead of doing the rotation from rotation window or this rotation tool, we can switch to the option called effect, transform and transform. Here we got an option where we can able to change the same reference point, get the preview on. We can write down how much degree we want to rotate. So you can see the reaction now. Then here you can mention how many copies we need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How much? Is it okay? So what is the solution you have seen now? The higher form of the rotation is done through the effects because it is not capable. That's why they have created an effect called transform effect in the effect window. Effect, distort and transform inside the transform effect and distort and transform and transform. Distort and transform. And inside that, transform. So hope we have understood what are the strength of a particular modifying tool and what is the limitation and what is the higher solution of all is effect window. So here it gives us a options to see the transform with a particular number and the degree together. And the next one. There is also an option here called transform each. That is again a thing which will be coming now. So hope we have understood what is the strength of effect window. So it gives us a calculative format in both value and number. Both are under your control. Somewhere value is control, number is not control. Somewhere value and number is control, but it is limited to one. But here, number and value could be extended at any time. Now, let us see an example where you can have to use this. We want to make an Indian flag where the internal wheel is there. 24 scopes are there. So how to do this? Then select this, switch to the effect, go to the transform and make the reference point change. Here you can write how much degree we need to write. 24 number, okay, we have understood. The original is there, more 23 only we need, right? 23 only. But how much degree we need to write? So here what can be done? 360 degree divided by 24, right? Because 24 pieces will be there. Then ultimately the design is done. So hope we have understood how to use this thing in a practical manner. Is it clear? This is one of the solution to make a rotation. And what is the next advantage? If you are doing something with this normal rotation like this, then after rotation, we don't have any command. The angle cannot be changed. This is the limitation. But in the transform effects, the effect will be there applicable to it. And you can see it in appearance window. The effect is there separately placed. We can get it off and on. So this is the advantage of making the same rotation through the filters and effects. We have learned this, but we got to know what is the strength and what is the limitation. And we are seeing the higher option of it. Then here, what is the benefit? We can able to get it activate once more and reduce the number or change the things. Change the number 2. So 360 divided by 24. And why we have taken 23, that also we need to know. Why we have divided with 24, that also we need to know. Because original is there, only 23 copies we need, but the distance is 360 degree divided by 24. It may be 5 pieces. If not completely we need, then you can take 5 only. But the degree is 360 degree divided by 24 only. With that gap, we can proceed further. So hope we have understood what is this. Now, more options here. We can change the center point also. We can move the object horizontal and vertical. Let us move it in a vertical way. So what you can see, it started creating a gap. So this is the advantage of having the reference point to get moved. These are all the things possible once you are doing through the transform window. Now, hope we have understood what is the advantage. It doesn't only make the rotation, it also makes movement and scaling also. Get it? Okay. Now, what is the other way to make the same design easier? Which tool? Polar grid. Inside the polar grid also, we do have option. How many? Concentric means circle doesn't require 24 scopes. Is it okay? Get it okay? And draw it up. So hope we have understood now how to do the same job in 2 different manners. And this is also can be expanded or ungrouped. And this also can be expanded by the option called object expand appearance. So we have understood here how to get them separate and how to get them separate. You can delete this. So you can select this and switch to the profile change and get the thickness change. This also does the same kind of impact. So it is a comparative study. What are the things you are learning and how the higher things can be done up and when to use which knowledge. It is not like we have learned the rotation, we'll be doing this rotation. It is looking like rotation. We'll be making through this. No. What is the advanced tools are available? What is the limitation of it? As per that, we need to take the action. So here we have seen how to get them individual out. Now we'll see the next advanced format of this scaling or rotation or anything. Now, if we need this individual object has to rotate from its individual center point, like this, each one has to rotate. Then if you select everybody, the rotation will happen from the center only. But individual object has to rotate from its own center point. Then how to do? This rotation cannot able to help us. So at that point, select all the things, go to the object menu, and here also you do find transform. And here you get an option called transform each. Here also we have find out similar kind of window. But what will happen now here? Get the preview on and get it rotate individual object. Are you getting what is happening? Individual object is rotating from its own center point. So this is a different impact we can able to get. So we have seen the rotation. Now the next level, 45 minus 45. And here you can change the center. By default, it will be the center. You can move to the edge, any edge. So you can see the reaction on screen. And you can scale down each one to get mine. So we have seen now how does very easily a complex design can be done. So what are the things you are looking on screen or in print? Very complex, but it has done very easily through the options because they use the higher commands, which is not visible on the direct toolbar. So conclusion, we got to know, yes, the original to be there and the duplicate to be happen. Then you can move to the copy and get the color change to the white. And you can make it as a group by selecting and right clicking, button group. So hope we have seen how does this cut has been done by the same design. But there is no cut, only a white color design is there above to it. Is it clear? So note down the next. It is again to the higher option we have understood. Now fourth and fifth is done here. Now the sixth we got to know. What is that? All these things does have a limitation. What is the limitation? A group of objects cannot be rotated from its own center point. Here a group of object is rotating from a particular center point in every case. So to rotate a group object from its own center, then the sixth level transform can be done, which is there in your object menu. Transform and transform each. So we have seen the rotation in 6-degree level. 6 things you have seen in the rotation. When to use what? That is what the aptitude required, and that makes the design get completely different. And it should be learned in a comparative manner. If this many things are there, then where is what? Why it is? As if in our home also you can find there is a scissor, there is a blade, there is a knife, there is a sword, there is a like divider or something. Everything is helpful to in doing cutting. But when to use which cutting tool? You cannot able to take a blade and start up cutting the vegetable. And the same thing, we cannot able to sharpen a pencil with the help of a knife. Exactly the same way, here we have learned a lot of rotation tool. Everybody will rotate only, but you cannot able to rotate one with the others. It takes time. So better we can able to understand it in a comparative manner. What is the difference between them? Fine. Hope we have clear. So 4, 5, and 6. Fine. Now let us move to the reflections. We have taken a little more time on this rotate. In the reference, like the same logic will be there in the other tools. Reflect, as if the name, the work is so. Whole graphic design revolves around these 4, 5 things: reflection, rotation, scaling, movement. Okay. Same logic. Here also we do have options to get it reflect inside this horizontal flip, vertical. They are called reflection. Already you have used. You can change the reference point and do it up. But the reason of giving this, the hotkey is O. Here you can change the center point from where it is to be get reflect. Step number one, change the center point by a click. Then immediately it will turn into a move tool. Then drag it up. It make you to move the object. But if you need to get duplicate, hold the Alt button. And if you need to get exactly, hold the Shift button. Now release the cursor. Don't leave the hotkeys. Hotkey to be hold like that only. After release duplicate forms, then release your keyboard shortcut. So here we have used two keyboard shortcut, Alt for duplicacy, Shift for accuracy. So we have seen now how to make a symmetrical design with the help of your reflection tool. The same thing can be done for the reflection in the downside. Change the center point anywhere you like and hold the Alt button and drag to get a duplicate and hold the Shift button to get a duplicate with measurement. So hope we have seen now how to make a symmetrical design, biaxial symmetrical design from a rough drawing. And it could be duplicate with the help of the Alt and drag by the selection tool and get it duplicate. So hope we have seen now how does so fastly we can make the reflection and duplication easily. And you can change the thickness, get the job done, and change the profile also to the next level. So it make the thickness and all to get changed, and within very less time you can do it. No rocket science. Logic is working on the back end. Get all the groups and get it placed and duplicate. So hope we have seen how to make a very rough design to a calculative format. Reflection okay, rotation, reflection both are working, and repetition happens. So the texture making and all garment industry, they all use this. Out. Control 0, fit to the window. Now, let us do the same job here. Select the object, go to the effect menu and switch to the option called transform and transform. On the right side, we need a reflection. So you can see here, there is option called reflect X. Get the preview on. So hope we can see it is reflecting. How many want? We need one copy. It's okay. Now this is a group object. Two objects are going together. Again, you can put a reflection over here through the transform. So you can see he's asking, do you want to apply a new effect? Yes, we want to apply a new effect. So simultaneously, two effects are working. Now vertical and get a copy of it, one copy. So there are two reflections are there as a two effects. The reason of doing this, you can make the design to maximum level now. The benefit of it, this is the original one. You can turn the design at any time. So you can see now you are just making one side design ready and the other side is happening up. This is the beauty of it. Now this design is there. Again, you are putting another effects. So the object is one only, but we are maximizing it through various effects from the center. And you can try to make a particular degree, 360 degree divided by like 45 and get the preview button and 45. It is written like 360 divided by, we need 5 copies. 72 degree. Okay. And get it placed. So this design is done. And hope you can see the whole design is under your control now. What is the control? You are doing a modification to this and you find the reaction on all, and you are making the design to restrict to this level. So instantly the things are changed. It's a very big, powerful tool you can use. Is it clear now? Here the effect is one above to the other. We can make it off at any time. You can see the original and the reactions. Now the beauty is we got tips and tricks today. Transform controls the original and get it repeat and see the magic. Now here the modification again there. Here we have used some of the transform. Get it okay. Four pieces are there. The first one is here. It is reflected and it is reflected from the edge. You can reflect it from the center also, from this edge, from the other edge. And you can find again a different design happens. And the copies, check to the skin, one button go, and this many kind of things can be happen. A random down, reflect out. So my goal of showing this, because the thing whatever you have learned, if it can be practically placed proper, then very complex design can be done within fraction of second. Here the reflection, change the preview, get the next design ready within very less time. So we can see what is the reaction happening over here. Get it okay. Fine then. So my goal of showing all these things is like you can do the manipulation to the next level by adding effects multiple times and understanding the options inside it. That's it on the rotation and reflection. Here the notes remain the same. As if like we are doing to the rotation, you can do same thing to the reflection too. So rotational design is the task of the day. We don't have space here. Task. Make rotation and reflection combined together and form a design. Form design. So most of the logos you'll be finding like they make a simple line. So let us see in a practical manner how to make a simple logo. Check to the screen, it is practical. Just a very simple and a rough line with a particular thickness. Now get it rotate. How to rotate? From the rotation tool with calculation. Then ultimately we'll be knowing it is to be get used because it is to be get rotate with calculation. Like how many pieces required? 5 pieces. 360 divided by 5. Then hit the number. 4 more required. We have complete the sense. It's very simple. Rotational design is done up. And here the original is under your control. Change the thickness to the next height, to the next level. So easily we have done this. Now the next level beauty, it is under our control. We are doing a modification in one because the effect is applied It is affecting to all. So, so hope we have understood the various state calculation and very complex calculation too. So draw the inner part. Now a human body to be designed, and people are should hold their hands. Is it clear? Now get, so you need to imagine like how it could be done. So I'm not finding now the structure, but yes, we can develop it. Making action in one part, the other side is affecting more. Yes, it is all the game of your presence. How much presence you need to have, that much of design can be done. Now, use the same. The transform is already there. Go for rectangle. Use the transform, whatever it is applied last time, by the option called apply transform. This is the beauty. Whatever the transform you are doing, it is in record format. The next time, if you need to apply to anything, just go for the recent applied transform. Any effects, not only this. Last time, whatever we applied, it can be applied immediately by Control Shift E. A new keyboard shortcut we have learned today. Control Shift plus E. Last transform. It may be applied to a simple line. Control Shift E. These two are having the same impact. Hope we have understood. And the center point could be matched by breaking down them into individual object by expand appearance and by expand appearance. The whole object will calculate the transform button. Now, this could be placed together. Maybe it is not possible because the line is of a different angle and length. Is it okay? R. So you can see why it is not matching. This is the reason behind it. Because R is here. If you are hitting the R button, the rotation center is here of the object. So that's why it's not matching. Here, if you click, the R is in the other place. That's why it is not matching. So it happens because of the reference point change inside your transform window. And from that, making that as the center, they have rotated. Is it clear? So hope we have understood how to use this in a practical manner. Control Shift E. So it may be anything, star, Control Shift E. Instantly the things are placed. And the advantage, yes, we can change the number 2. Here it was 4. We can get it to 10 also, like 360 divided by 10. Then how many copy you can place is 9 copies. 9 copies. And if you need to get space, you can move it up. Get the preview button. And if not so, cancel it. Get again 3, preview on, 4, 5, total 5 are there. Okay. Expand appearance and get it ungroup and transform each. From its own center point, you can make it small. And you can move also. From own center point, it is calculated. So the advantage of it, what 50 by 50, the second star we need there in the same center. Get a copy of it. So there are two stars, one inside the other. Hope it is clear. How to create a star inside the star. Transform each we have used now. So at a stretch, we got to know five options. What are the things we have learned today? Five different options we have learned. One, rotation. Second, reflection. RO is the keyboard shortcut. Then transform each. Transform each. And the fourth, distort effect called transform. Effect, transform. So these four options we have learned today, which is quite useful in all the graphic design. And transform each is there in object menu. It is there in effect menu. These two are there in toolbar. And last, apply effects can be repeated by the option transform again. Control Ctrl Shift plus E. Like apply transform again. Last time transform, whatever effects can be repeat. So this is a summary what we have learned in this 1 hour. Hope we can make now multiple designs with reflection in the rotation. Use your past knowledge and the present to get the work done. That's it for the day. We'll meet in the next session with higher option. It's okay. So this is what the summary on a single look. Fine then.